The Sprinter has a block steering. The engine won't start. Replace the steering shaft, including the electric steering lock ELV and the electric ignition switch EZS. You can also refer to the tips document Steering Lock Blocked. For the removal, you'll need some room in the dashboard. First, remove the airbag. To do this, loosen the screws and separate the plug connectors. Then store the airbag in a designated cabinet. Next, remove the steering wheel. Reinstall with 80 Nm of torque. Next, take off the steering module with steering angle sensor. The upper part of the steering shaft can now be seen. Now open the middle stowage lid. Remove the cover of the center console, the air vent screen, the panel under the side air vent, the A-pillar trim, and the side air vent. The pull-out hooks are practical tools to prevent scratches. The instrument cluster has to go. Disconnect the plug at the back. Next, remove the cover under the steering wheel. Loosen the screws and remove the cover. Now remove the EZS rosette using the claw wrench. Now go to the instrument cluster panel. Unscrew all 4 screws and disconnect the plug connectors. And now you get easy access to the EZS. Disconnect the plug and remove the lock. Go to the engine compartment. To loosen the steering shaft, loosen the nut and bolt at the U-joint. Install with 28 Nm of torque. Back in the cab, unscrew the nuts on the bulkhead. Here the torque is 8 Nm. Loosen 2 nuts at the front and rear of the holder of the steering column module. Note: replace the nuts. Disconnect the plug from the ELV. The steering shaft is now completely detached and removable. For the installation, you need a new steering shaft, 4 nuts for the bulkhead wall, 4 nuts for the holder of the steering column and 1 for the U-joint, and the corresponding pin. The ELV and the EZS with the corresponding key. Place the ELV in the intended place in the steering shaft. The bolt holds everything together. The rest of the installation is done in the reverse order. Now personalize the EZS. But first, connect a charger. Back in the vehicle, plug the EZS key into the ignition. The red light is on, the key is active. The red light will go out after 30 minutes. Connect Star Diagnosis, then take out the EZS key and put in the vehicle key. The ignition stays off. Star Diagnosis teaches in the ELV. Click Control Units, select Setup, and click on EZS. The ELV is not yet active. Select Start to activate. Then select ELV Electric Steering Lock. Press F3 and F2, and the control unit is activated. Finally, perform a quick test. The ELV is programmed successfully. Be sure though to check the steering yourself. Looks good. Have a good trip.